And Shaun, you can take it away. I don't know if you want questions at the end or throughout, or however you would like to do that.
You do. However, if you guys have a question about a certain thing, just feel free to talk about it, because I don't mind answering them whenever.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Shaun Weeks. I work at the McCracken County Public Library. I'm youth service assistant. I am in charge of ordering the DVDs and video games upstairs, as well as doing some programming for the youth. And I use AI quite a bit in my day-to-day programming, and I've been asked to talk about it a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Are you guys able to see the text on here? That's weird.
I don't know. This one doesn't show any text for some reason. The next one does.
Well, that's odd. Okay. Basically, that slide, if there was text, was going to say, give a brief explanation of what is AI. And in its simplest form, AI is artificial intelligence, is a field that combines computer science and robust data sets to enable problem solving. It encompasses a subfield of machine learning and deep learning, which are frequently mentioned in conjunction with AI. So basically, all that's saying is that it is allowing computers to think for themselves in some way, in some capacity. And we use it every day. You don't even realize that you're using AI most of the time that you're using it. So let's skip to the next one. Sure. Okay, there are 4 types of AI that we commonly think of: narrow or weak AI, general or strong AI, machine learning, and deep learning. Truthfully, there is only one true type of AI that we use all the time, and that's the narrow and weak AI. Everything else is just a subset or doesn't exist in real life yet. Let's see. Interesting.
I'm looking at your PowerPoint. I don't know why those don't have text. I have the original, so.
Well, do you have text in the original ones that I sent?
I'm trying to open it. It doesn't want to open for me.
Sorry about this, guys.
Oh, there it goes. It does. Let me. Sorry about that, guys. Let me try and reload that so that we actually can see what he's talking about.
No worries.
I'm going to stop this one. Okay, I'm uploading it now.
Okay. So maybe a background color problem, or?
I'm not sure what it's doing. Otherwise, I have one more idea. Let me see what this one looks like. Oh, come on, collaborate. Oh, this worked. We are on this one.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So, narrow or weak AI is trained to perform a single task way faster than humans can do it Um, and it refers to weak, or the narrow part doesn't, it refers to the AI not possessing human level intelligence, which is a great thing. We don't want that yet. Um, but we interact with weak AI every day. I'm sure a lot of you have like a Siri or Alexa that you use commonly. I use Google Maps all the time. Of course, everyone uses autocorrect and so on. So we are integrated with AI and have been for a very long time, or what we call AI. Um, so yeah, nothing to be scared of. And then strong AI, general AI, is AI that doesn't exist yet. This is all in fantasy, all in fiction. This is beyond human-like intelligence. And some examples are Skynet from Terminator, HAL 9000 from Space Odyssey, and so on and so forth down there. And so we do not want AI to get to this level currently, because it could pose a potential threat to mankind. Machine learning is a subset of weak AI, and this is like more common than you think. Amazon suggestions, Netflix recommendations, all of this is machine learning AI. It takes one task and starts to figure out specific tasks or things based on data that it's getting from people or a single individual, over and over again. And let me know if I'm going too fast, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them as I'm going along. This is a topic that can be kind of confusing sometimes. And deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So another level to that, machine learning, where it takes a single bit of data. Typically, machine learnings, they go through like 3 or 4 sets of data. Deep learning can go up to like 150 different layers of data and analyze it to have the best possible outcome for a specific task. Robotics, self-driving cars, image generation, any of that is all deep learning. Our what we want to accomplish with deep learning is us stepping away from it, where it can take control by itself. And I'm going to talk a little bit about ChatGPT, just because that is the AI that I typically use whenever I am working with it. It's an artificial intelligence chatbot. It's made to simulate like you're having a conversation with another human being. And nowadays it's getting more and more advanced, where you're able to include applications to ChatGPT to further enhance its capabilities. It was created by OpenAI, and it was launched in November of 2022, and I've been using it probably since then. A lot of people think ChatGPT can think for itself. It cannot. Basically, what it does is just scour the internet for information and resources and puts it together in a very cohesive manner, and that tries to simulate actual conversation. Very similar to like how Napster used to work a long time ago, where it was taking bits and pieces of songs from people, and this time instead of songs, it's just basically information. You can use it in lots of different ways. If you haven't started using it, I highly recommend it, just for like a brainstorming or a jumping off point for a lot of different things. People use it for drafting emails. I have coworkers who use it for social media. You can tell it to write a Facebook post and it will do it pretty well. Lots of other things. You can make games with it. It'll play tic-tac-toe with you, even on its basic level. But it's lots of cool things that ChatGPT is capable of doing. Recently, they made it where it is scouring, yeah, exactly, lesson plans, and I'll be covering that a little bit in the PowerPoint. But yeah, recently they made it to where the data is no longer limited to September 2021. Before, it was only able to get information before that timeline. Recently, they have it where it will gather information that is up to date. So if you ask about it, ask about the newest like Barbie movie, they can give you data based on that movie because it is now all the way to 2023. Do you got? I mean, I assume a lot of people use ChatGPT. It's a great tool. What other applications of the AI in library services? User assistance. Chatbots. Basically, that's what ChatGPT is, except for this is more specific on a single task. Chatbots and virtual assistants can help users find resources, answer queries, and guide them through various services. AI can understand multiple languages without needing a translator. I think this is a huge one. It can bridge the language gap um, and help. We get a lot of people who are special needs who aren't able to communicate with us very well, and they can are able to communicate with us through AI a little bit easier by using um, like sign language or anything like that. They will be well, we would be able to read people's hands or faces a lot easier. Can aid in all hours of the day. Special answers based on the patron's needs and targeted information. Chatbots have recently become a main topic because Meta has acquired the likenesses for a lot of celebrities recently, and they are starting to use celebrities to be more of a chatbot, uh, allow people to communicate with them as if they were a real celebrity. So I think that's interesting. Let's go on to the next one. In libraries, we would be able to do predictive analysis. Um, so it'd be a lot similar to like Netflix. If somebody comes in with, they only like mysteries, and they've read the top 25 mystery books in a certain category, we would be able to use predictive analysis and recommend and suggest other titles for them, um, just based on patrons' checkout history. I think it's very helpful because it goes through a lot of um, work or time that we would need to like look up certain titles for them. AI would be able to just predict and have that ready for them. Facial and gesture recognition. I touched on this earlier about how chatbots would be able to use and sense like sign language. It would also allow like a touch-free interface that would allow patrons to navigate catalogs, um, and aiding nonverbal patrons and ensuring cleanliness. Um, Safety. This is a hot topic as far as facial and gesture recognition. It um, scanning people's faces, alerting people about high risk patrons entering the library. Of course, I'll talk about it later, but it does infringe on a lot of like privacy on people. But it has its pros and cons as far as facial and gesture recognition. But no, a lot of libraries already have automated sorting, um, and it just will make it faster and easier for automated sorting. AI can categorize and sort books, documents, and digital resources, reducing manual work and enhancing efficiency. ChatGPT, Bard, and DeepMind can read and translate information at a more efficient speed. Um, those are all other AI programs. Bard is done by Google, and DeepMind is on its way up and is making a lot of headway in a lot of various applications. If a patron wanted a list of top 10 best-selling early books written by a Canadian author, AI can provide that information in seconds. You just type it into ChatGPT and it will spit out the results for you. Certain plugins are starting to work with ChatGPT, can translate data into charts, graphs, and spreadsheets. This is one such chart. I made it, like I said, in less than a minute. I just typed in best-selling books of all time, and it spit this out. The downside with this is sometimes the information isn't correct, and that is something that is getting resolved, hopefully in the future for ChatGPT. So don't trust everything that you read on ChatGPT. I will say that. Make sure you do some research later on. It's a good jumping off point, but don't trust everything it says. AI can streamline ideas into more manageable format. Brainstorming ideas with ChatGPT can have basically somebody else that you can bounce ideas off of. I sometimes treat it as if it's another person, and I can just talk to it and have a normal conversation with it, and it can get the ball rolling even more. I think the more you communicate with ChatGPT in a single dialogue, the better your results can be. More accurate attendance and engagement monitoring, can read faces to tell how many unique individuals can come into a certain program, ensuring that they don't get counted twice. A lot of times when we're having outdoor programming, it's hard to count how many people are coming and going. If you had AI integrated into like camera systems, they would be able to read people's faces and ensure that people don't get counted twice for certain programming. And optimizing resource allocation efficiently, ensuring optimal usage and preventing conflicts. So I'm also in charge of doing rooms and scheduling rooms in the library is for reservations, and you'd be able to optimize that to the best of your ability with AI assistance, ensuring that nothing gets overlapped. So yeah. Creativity on the fly. I'm in charge of running a D&D campaign once a month at our library, and I use it all the time as a jumping off point for my program. A lot of times it is very difficult to come up with a full-fledged campaign in the time that I am given, and this is a quick and efficient way to come up with a fun campaign for everyone. So yeah, I just typed in, can you create a Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign for 6 level 4 characters, and it spit this out. And if I didn't like that, I could tell it to give me another one or another one, and it will keep coming up with ideas. And I can tweak individual things about it as well. If I didn't like a certain character or a certain setting, I could change that very efficiently and effectively. Party and event planning. More time to plan and create, less time for brainstorming. We have a glow party coming up next year, and this was just an idea that I wanted to see what kind of glow party ChatGPT could plan for me. And so it right here, it gives like different activities that we could do for a glow party, the different games, additional tips, and it goes into detail if you wanted to ask more about the glow paint station and what kind of materials that you would need. You could go into detail about that. It's very user friendly, and it is a huge time saver. Like I said, you could spend the extra time getting the supplies and making sure that this goes off without a hitch rather than trying to brainstorm about it. Additionally, when you have a plugin, like a plugin for Canva, you'd be able to take that glow party and take it to a next step, and you could actually create a flyer for the glow party. This was like one of the 6 different options that it gave me. And then further down, you would be able to customize, say, the individual colors on it, or you can just upload it into Canva if you like the way that it looks now, and tweak it there. Yeah, with AI, you can have a real-time chatbot that can assist during or after programs if any patrons have any questions. So yeah, during a program, if you wanted to set up a chatbot that people could interact with, to have any questions about the current program, you could do that as well. So if people are wondering where a certain station is, or even where the bathrooms are, you'd be able to like ask a chatbot during a program, and they would be able to direct you as long as you have it set up that way. Scheduling and reminders. You can utilize AI to automate scheduling of programs, avoid conflicts, and optimizing time slots based on user availability and preferences. Once again, I kind of asked ChatGPT what would be the best time, and is there any additional information that you can give me about this party that we're planning? And it gave me a lot of things that I didn't even consider about having like an afternoon glow versus an early evening glow party. And yeah, about attention spans for children, keep the length at 1.5 to 2 hours. I think that's perfect. Just it really does tighten up the thinking process. Let's see the benefits of AI. Just going to break it down into small bullet points. It's efficient. You can use it for data analysis, uncovering patterns for insight for large data sets, and doing customer experience, personalizing experiences, providing a 24/7 service. And innovation allows you to be more creative and have intelligent automation. What are the fears and concerns of AI? I think this is a lot of people, when you start talking about AI, they immediately jump to the concerns and fears of it rather than the benefits of it. And for good reason. AI and privacy. AI is often required substantial data to function efficiently, which might lead to the collection of more data than necessary, posing potential risks. In order for it to work well, it needs a lot of data. Unfortunately, that does start to break into people's privacy. And honestly, I don't see a good way around that. Ensuring that the collection of data is stored securely and prevent unauthorized access or data breaches is critical. So if they are going to collect all of our data to use for these AI programs, they need to keep it safe. So far, that hasn't really been the case. There's lots of we've heard of people hacking into Facebook and getting data, sharing data. That is a huge concern. And then making sure that organizations must ensure transparent practices of how AI systems use the data and make decisions. Making sure that these companies that do this are upfront about everything, and making sure that we can keep ourselves and our privacy intact. A little bit more on that. The deployment of AI and surveillance systems can lead to mass monitoring of individuals, infringing upon privacy acts and rights. I talked about this a little bit earlier about using cameras and facial recognition. Where is privacy anymore? Where do we have our own little piece? Anonymity erosion. The capacity of AI to identify and track individuals challenges the rights to anonymity in public spaces. So that is a huge challenge. And then, like I said, third-party data sharing. Concerns arise when AI systems share user data with third parties or data brokers, which might utilize it for different purposes. Selling of our information to a third party. Huge concern there. Bias and discrimination. Data used by AI systems might contain inherent biases, which may result in unfair or discriminatory outcomes, impacting user privacy and rights differently across demographics. AI created by someone might share the same biases that the person has. So we just need to be worried about that. Decisions made by AI, especially concerning personal data, might lack adequate human oversight, leading to a potential unjust or invasive outcomes. AI lacks empathy and human emotion. AI cannot feel the way that we feel, so it will be very blunt about a lot of its decision making. It has no capacity for empathy, or it can't be sympathetic for another human being. It cannot do that yet. And yeah, I put a little quote from this article that I read, that companies aren't going to pump an extra 10 million to strip out an extra bias or two that might impact 100 or 200 people. A lot of the bias and discrimination is reactive rather than proactive. They see if it will have a certain outcome and then they will fix it later, rather than trying to get it right the first time. Job displacement. Automation and AI can potentially displace certain jobs, impacting industries and workers and exacerbating economic inequalities. Jobs involving repetitive routine tasks are particularly susceptible to automation, as AI and robotic systems can perform these efficiently without fatigue. AI tends to augment high-skill jobs while automating low-skill jobs, widening the skill-based employment gap. And some jobs might be entirely displaced but transformed, requiring workers to adapt new technologies. I went to college for graphic design. If you look at the graphic design world right now, it is in kind of turmoil. People are stressed. People are worried that AI would be able to take their job from them by creating images. Dolly is a art website or art AI website that I just typed in a stern looking owl dressed as a librarian, digital art, and it spit out this pretty good at first glance image of a librarian owl. Looks really good, better than probably what I could draw. And you could tweak it, you could send it through a different time, be more specific as far as what you want the image to look like, and it will get you a better and better image each time. So something that I'm very passionate about, art and graphic design, it's starting to disappear or fade away. But don't panic. Creation of new jobs and roles can be as well. Although certain jobs are automated, AI also facilitates the emergence of new roles and sectors working for AI companies. It's creating new jobs for that reason. If you wanted to go work for a ChatGPT or Bard, those are all hiring right now. So fields that have a lot of computer sciences, it's actually creating new jobs. And people are getting into jobs that they never thought they might get into, as far as like, I'll put this in quotes, writing children's books. A lot of people are getting into the AI written ebooks on Amazon. They just pump out a certain topic on ChatGPT, have an AI create the images, and then you have a book on Amazon with very little time. Preparing the workforce for new roles and technologies is crucial in mitigating this displacement. And I have my little 2 cents down here. I truly believe that AI in its current form is a tool that can be used for greater efficiency. A lawyer won't lose their job because of AI. A lawyer who doesn't utilize AI will be left behind. And that I agree with that statement. Um, if you don't use AI as a tool now and learn how to use it, people will be starting to be left behind. Um, I kind of akin it to Photoshop. Whenever Photoshop came out, a lot of people thought we were going to lose the art of photography. We didn't lose the art of photography. Really, all it did was enhance the art of photography. And you have to use that as a tool to better, change in your field. Accountability and accessibility. Who's responsible when things go wrong? We need to develop comprehensive legal frameworks that can adequately address and regulate the myriad scenarios arising from AI applications. And could cause a huge digital divide, and we must guarantee that the benefits of AI are accessible to all and do not widen the existing digital, economic, and social divides. A lot of people don't have access to AI. People still don't even have access to the internet, and I think those are things that need to be solved and fixed. Inclusive design, ensuring that AI systems are designed to be inclusive and cater to diverse needs of all user demographics. Scamming with AI. This is a huge thing. There will always be scammers out there, and scammers are going to use the next and best technology to make their scams more efficient. AI makes it easier to send out phishing messages. Getting a phone call from somebody that they can simulate a voice that you may be familiar with, asking you for money. Those are real scams that are out there, pretending to be a family member, and automating their voice. If they got a little clip of your voice somehow, they could do it. AI can make it easier to duplicate somebody else's activity to impersonate them. And like I said, recently Tom Hanks was found in the center of an AI scam involving dental insurance. They got his likeness and his voice, and they were trying to get people to sign up for this fake dental insurance company. It was going out all over Facebook, all over social media, and people were falling for it. So scammers will always use the next and best, latest technology. And I asked ChatGPT what it thought about our concerns or fears about AI in the future. And this is what ChatGPT told me. Addressing these concerns involves a multifaceted approach involving policymakers, technologists, ethicists, and society at large to navigate through the challenges and harness the benefits of AI effectively and responsibly. Developing ethical guidelines, robust legal frameworks, and adopting responsible AI practices are pivotal in mitigating these concerns and ensuring that the evolution of AI unfolds in a manner that is beneficial and equitable to society. Where do we go from here? Predictions about the future interplay of AI and libraries. What's next? Let's see. Hyper-personalized experiences. AI will curate highly personalized user experiences, understanding and predicting user needs to recommend books and resources. We're slowly getting there, but in the future, as soon as you type your number in, maybe looking at an OPEC, trying to find a certain book, it will just go ahead and list off a list of books that it knows that you will already enjoy and like based on your previous checkouts and experiences. Enhanced user interfaces. Voice and gesture controlled interfaces powered by AI will become prevalent, making interactions with library systems seamless and intuitive. Like I said, using hand gestures, walking and simply just walking in will activate a certain AI. Improved accessibility. AI will enhance the accessibility of library services for individuals with disabilities through technologies like speech synthesis, image recognition, and natural language processing. Virtual librarians. I touched on this earlier, but having a fake person interact with you in a more human-like way, like Meta is doing with all their chatbots. Advanced virtual assistants or virtual librarians could assist users in research, information retrieval, and learning, becoming increasingly sophisticated and user-friendly. Smart environments. Libraries may become smart environments where IoT devices integrated with AI optimize lighting, seating, or other environmental factors based on user preferences and behaviors. If you want to go to a reading corner and it's too bright, might be able to use smart environments to just dim the lights on your own in a specific area. Automated operations, back-end operations like sorting, cataloging, and data management will become highly automated, increasing efficiency and reducing operational costs. Already starting to see that with a lot of like check-in services where it is automated check-in and then just retrieve the bin of books after it's already been sorted by a computer. So, in conclusion, with great power comes great responsibility. Navigating through the promising avenues that AI opens up necessitates a balanced approach. Librarians must navigate the integration of AI with a focus on enhancing user experience, optimizing resources, and ensuring inclusivity and accessibility, all while adhering to ethical and legal standards. AI isn't going anywhere, and we all must adapt to this brave new technological world. And thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Shaun. Does anyone have any questions or any ideas? Because we saw the one idea for lesson plan.
Sorry, that was a bombardment of information.
We do have a few more minutes. Anyone have any ideas or questions?
Or how you use AI in your library?
Yes, definitely. Nobody has anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's with AI. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. We work in a very small library. Do you think it'd be beneficial to figure out how to incorporate AI, even though like we have a tiny library?
I mean, honestly, just using like Chat GPT is, as soon as I started using it, it has become a huge tool for me to like brainstorm. So just using Chat GPT on that level as a brainstorming tool, I think it's worthwhile. It can give you like display ideas, even if you're having like a brain fog or a creative block. So I do that quite often as well, just to change up my displays a little bit. I'll just ask Chat GPT if it's got any ideas, and 9 times out of 10, it's got a better idea than I had.
I know I've used Chat GPT when I need to write something up and I just have no idea where to start.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can ask it to write something up for me, and of course it always has to be tweaked. But
yeah, and that is the thing is like we always talk about. We don't ever take it as face value. Use it as a jumping off point. I didn't take any classes on this. I'm just self-taught. I'm more of a AI enthusiast. I'm by no means an expert on the field at all. Like I said, I'm embracing it just because I know that it's not going anywhere. So I want to better understand it, and because a lot of people are afraid of it, and I don't think we need to be afraid of it yet. But yeah, I'd rather use it as a tool currently. Yeah, you're more than welcome. It's great, and there's other ones that are coming out that are can be potentially better. Google's trying to get Bard up and running. It's their own chatbot service similar to ChatGPT. It's had a rocky start. A lot of times when people first introduce a new AI program into the world, they ask it confusing questions to try to get it to spit out fake or wrong information, and it instantly started spitting out wrong information. So they had to pull it back for a little bit. So they're still trying to tweak it and get the fine tune it.
I didn't even know they were working on one.
Yeah. AI is changing every day. I recently read an article how we're trying to decode whale language and bird language with AI. So potentially in the next few years, we might know what they're saying.
Very interesting.
Yes. I don't know where the future is heading with AI. Currently, it cannot think for itself. Anything that AI spits back out at you, a human has written or a human has done. This little crayon drawing was done by AI, and basically what it did, it scanned a whole bunch of crayon drawings on the internet, and it spit this cat drawing out for me. A child probably did that and uploaded it to Google, and it found an image and it spit it right back out. So it can't think for itself yet. I think when it starts to think for itself, that is when we need to start being worried or afraid, because at that point, it's another entity. It's a life form if it can think for itself. So yeah, who knows where it's going to head or where AI will lead us, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Any other questions or anything?
Have you thought about doing like in-person trainings on how to use AI like appropriately?
Honestly, no, I haven't ever thought of that. If that is something that people would be interested in, I would definitely think about doing that. Like I said, I really enjoy talking about this subject, and I enjoy like sharing my knowledge for it to other people. So yeah, I would potentially do that.
You get extra continuing education hours if you're the presenter.
Yeah, right.